Discovering who you are today is the first step to being who you will be tomorrow. Join Deborah Powell and Barry O'Donnell on a step-by-step journey into Finding Your Heart Light, a podcast series of self-exploration and discovery. Are you ready to become the best version of you? Hi everyone, welcome to our episode 7 in our Finding Your Heart Light podcast series. I'm Deb, I'm from Australia, and I'd love to introduce you to Barry, who will start the series today. Thanks so much for being here, and we're looking forward to what we're going to learn.
Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for being part of this journey with us. Now, as Deb said, today's episode, number 7 in our Finding Your Heart Light series, we're going to be talking about teaching others how to treat us. Now, this is one of those misconceptions that a lot of people have, because I say, well, we teach people how to treat us. And people say, no, I don't. I don't teach them anything. Well, and to be honest, you do teach them. We teach people how to treat us in the way that we behave, in the way that we honor our boundaries, in the language that we use. When you start thinking about, I can go with kids because they're a really good example. We teach our children how to treat us. We teach them to respect us. We teach them to listen to us. We teach them what they can and can't do. We teach them what we will and won't tolerate from them. We do the exact same thing as adults with other adults, but by this time it's second nature. It just comes to us. It's just the way we are. So the way we look at ourselves will affect how people look at us. Is that making sense to you so far?
Certainly making sense to me, Barry, yes. I think it's really important to look at the examples that have been demonstrated to us and look around at others. And I think this is where a lot of the content of our previous podcast is so valuable to understanding how to teach others how to treat us by the way that we show, and from understanding the language that we use and knowing how our self-talk can reflect in the way others see us. So it's really important to understand our language. Now that we understand and bring in our pause, and we've learned about self-care, how to really honor ourselves and to look after ourselves, the belief in ourselves. And I think through the podcast series, we have now graduated into a model that, by showing all of this to someone else, by showing who we truly are from everything that we've been understanding, is a really great example and a way to reflect and the way that others can see us. So if we can show them and lead by an example, you want it to be able to reflect back and have that respect so that they can start and treat you the way that you want to be treated. So, and a really good point where you were saying it really does start as children, but what were the examples? And I think this is where we need to be very aware of what we've learned and what we may need to relearn and re-educate ourselves, reteach to teach others.
I like how you said that. And I like how you brought it all together. This whole podcast series is designed to walk you through that journey of falling back in love with yourself and reconnecting with your authentic self, so you can start living life on your terms. If you take and you've been applying what we've been teaching in the first 6 sessions of this podcast series with an active conscious awareness of what we talked about and applying those to your life, I would challenge you to look back on your life right now and notice a difference. See if you can define the changes. See if you can be aware of how you talk to yourself differently now. How you've grown and looked at your experiences through a different lens, so you can have a new perspective on things. if you're doing all of that and it's becoming more second nature and more habitual to you, you do become a role model. Now, when we talk about we teach others how to treat us, if we would have started this as the first episode, you're going to be teaching other people to treat you the way you've always been treated, because those are your standards, those are your boundaries. At this point in time, I'm going to trust that you've raised your standards. You're starting to honor your boundaries. You're starting to look at things from multiple sides now, which does make you a role model. Like when you're using that pause button, and notice how effective it's been for you. So you take all of this and you treat yourself with that level of respect, that level of integrity, that honor, and that integrity. That's what you're teaching others. It's, I don't, as we put it before, when you stop beating yourself up and you stop being a critic to yourself, that means you stop giving other people permission to criticize you. You start becoming your own cheerleader. You're letting people know it's okay to cheer you on, to support you, to be on your growth journey, to be part of your world if they want to grow with you. But if they want to just drag you down, no, you deserve better than that. You're not going to tolerate it anymore. You're at a different level. You're at a different standard. And when you want to improve the quality of your life, raising your standards is a necessary part of this journey. And you can easily communicate that to people. One way I like to put this, especially in a lot of the group coaching I do in other places, I just tell people, like, you're not the same person you were a month ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. Even if you haven't done anything for personal growth, you're still not the same person because you've had so many more experiences. You've been exposed to so many different things. You've learned a lot. And maybe it happens so gradually you don't recognize the change, but you're not the same person you were. So I love to look at people and say, yeah, you may have got away with that before, but try me now. Go ahead, just try me now. I'm a different person. I can handle that crap that you were throwing at me, that abuse that you were trying to give me, that attitude of dragging me down to your level. No, I'm better than that. So try me now. I'm not going there. I know how to hit that pause button and think about how I'm going to respond to you instead of react. So yeah, doesn't mean I'm better than anybody else. It just means I've got control of myself, and that's all that matters.
Where you said that we're in control of ourselves, and to take and to know that we have that control is so important, because it's not about controlling others, particularly when we're demonstrating and trying to show others how to treat us. It's nothing about controlling others. It's about the control of ourselves. It's the self-awareness that we have through, as you said, through all our language and what we have been learning in this series. When we start to treat ourselves the right way, and that's how others will learn to treat us. So it really does come down to who we are, who we want for ourselves, what you truly want to be, and to really maintain that, the values that you have, and follow through with that. Learn to listen to others, because if you want to be listened to, it's vitally important that you listen to others. What you want for yourself, you must be prepared to give to others as well. It's not about changing them. This is all about bettering yourself, and how to treat others really begins with how you treat yourself.
Totally agree. It just made me think that when you're talking about the communicating and listening to others and understanding and being understood, it's like, say, if you want to have friends, well, you have to be prepared to be a friend. Now, that's a really good example and a great segue into how this affects relationships. In relationships, a lot of times we tend to take on a role. Somebody may think it's my role to rescue. Somebody may think it's my role to nurture, mother, or be the caretaker. Whatever your role is, maybe you're not happy with it. Maybe you feel like you're a bit of a doormat, that everybody walks all over you, that your opinion doesn't matter. As long as you don't speak up and stand up for yourself, you've just taught people that that's how you want to be treated. But when you speak up for yourself, when you stand up for yourself, when you set your boundaries, it doesn't mean you don't care about those people anymore. It just means that you care about yourself. And you can still be with other people. You can teach them different ways. You can say, yes, you did that. And you get that pushback saying, well, we've always been like this. I've always treated you like that. You never said anything before. That's my bad. I should have spoke up. I never liked being treated like that. And yes, you did treat me like that in the past. And yes, I tolerated it. But as of this moment, that ends. I know it's going to take a while for both of us to adjust, but it ends. I have a lot more respect for myself than I've been honoring, and that you've been honoring, because I've taught you it's okay to treat me like that. But if I could teach you that it was okay to treat me like that, I trust that I can teach you to treat me the way I wanted to be treated, the way that I deserve to be treated. And you can do the same for you. Let's learn together how to improve this relationship, how to grow, how to be two people that totally support and respect and honor each other and honor their values and standards. And let's just see where this takes us, because it'll go take us wherever we want to go. Let's go on a journey. Let's go on a ride. Let's have some fun. Let's start living life on our terms.
It's great advice, Barry, because it's very important that, a healthy relationship certainly needs that balance of give and take. And it can only happen if we stop assuming we know what the other thinks we need. Because if you don't know exactly what they want, how are they going to know exactly what you want? And that's where it comes to this being able to share and listen to each other, and to share the way that we're feeling, our emotions, and the way that we do like to be treated. If something just doesn't feel right, or there's something that's being said that you really don't appreciate, it is so important to be able to choose a nice calm time where things are a great time to be able to chat and have that chat, and to be able to share exactly the way that the things that you don't like and the things that you do like, and ask for what you need. There is nothing wrong with asking for what you need. And if it is a problem, then perhaps there is a problem. And this is what you certainly need to start looking at, because a healthy relationship does need that balance of give and take. And most, I think, important is to really be consistent at what you do. So if there's something that you don't like, and you've shared that you don't, this is something that you don't like being said, this is the way that it makes you feel, you've got to be consistent. Don't accept it this time and say anything about it next time. Be very, very consistent. I always find teach is such a really strong word. I'm going to teach you how to do this. And this is where I like to better understand it, as the way that we demonstrate. We're demonstrating who we are. We are showing, expressing the true person that we are. It's all about being who we are, and people will honor that. They will really honor and appreciate seeing how you're taking care of yourself, how you look after yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you validate, cheerlead, all the wonderful things that we've been going through. If you're taking on board, it's a very valuable experience that will really elevate yourself and the other relationships around you in your life.
The greatest aspect of this is, just like you said, how you treat yourself. But don't tell me how you treat yourself. Show me. So often I've talked to people about a great line such as, give me a minute and I'll tell you who I am. Give me 5 minutes and I'll show you who I am. Now that is a huge difference. Because I'm somebody I don't pay as much attention to what you say as to how you act, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, level of respect you have for yourself, how you allow other people to treat you. I can see that. Now, if you're happy with the way you're being treated, you don't need to do anything here today. If you're not happy with the way people treat you, you need to look at yourself, take accountability, and take action. Start treating yourself better. And that will show people how they should treat you.
Most definitely. And I think one of the key words to um, how we treat ourselves, Barry, is to use compassion and to be very compassionate to ourselves and be kind to yourself. That I find is vitally important where it comes to showing someone how to, if there's something you don't like, and this is a thing I've seen quite often and almost horrified at, and it's called retaliation. In other words, what you do to me, I'm going to do to you.
Based on our conversation so far, Deb, everything we talked about, we teach others how to treat us. I want to bring up a thought here. I have a question for you. While I was speaking, how many times did you think, oh, I could interrupt right here and I have something to say that would really enforce your point?
How many times?
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Okay. Which is awesome. Because yes, you had lots of times while we're having this conversation where you felt, hey, yeah, I could jump in right here. I could say something. I know I'm going to add value. But you respectfully chose to listen and wait for me to finish. That is a great example of teaching others how to treat us. Because that's a classic point. If it's a case of, okay, well, if you interrupt me while I'm talking, that tells me that you don't have a problem with being interrupted either. Although it's usually wrong. There's a lot of people that, yeah, I can interrupt because I get something to say, but no, what you have to say isn't important. So they don't like to be interrupted. But it's just a good example.
Look,
Yep.
absolutely. Barry, if I could just cut in on you there. Look, one of the things that I think I've really appreciated over the years is learning, and this is this has come from others by being able to things that I've respected in others that I've found incredibly valuable. And what that is, and what I've really learned is to listen to others is to fully understand what they're saying. Because yes, I could interrupt you because I could either disagree or back up on, back you up on what you were saying to say, yes, that is great, and add to it, add value to it, or say, in my opinion, not. Either way, it doesn't matter which way it goes. If I cut you off in the middle before you've finished, I don't hear the full amount. So therefore, I'm not going to fully understand what you're saying. To know whether I fully agree with it, I disagree with it, or if I could actually add anything to it. And you're doing such a great job, I don't need to add anything to it anyway. So it's really good. I can sit here and just relax and listen. But truly, I think listening is such a valuable, valuable thing.
The only other thing I want to add to what we've talked about tonight is the importance of being true to yourself. Be authentic, be real, be you, and understand how you want to be treated. And like we said earlier, because we talked about language and giving ourselves credit and having a pause button and believing in yourself, we have a better understanding of how to language is what we want and what we need. That comes from the heart.
Mm.
That's where we're taking you. When you're speaking from the heart, it's honest, it's true, it's real. And when you feel your heart and you feel that passion, guess what? You're finding your heart light. That's what this journey is all about. Getting you back to your authentic self, to just be you. There's nobody else on this planet like you. And when you're you and you allow people to know the real you and how you want to be treated, life becomes pretty easy. It just adds that element of feeling loved, feeling supported, feeling acknowledged, feeling like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Take it to heart. Think about it when you want. Reflect on your life. Apply what you've been learning. And let's keep going on this journey to finding your heart light.
Well said. It's such an important and valuable thing to know that the journey that we're on is a really valuable one, and one that we're growing into. We're learning so much, and it's all about our own self-awareness, becoming who we are, and really looking inside to see the changes that we can make. And the more that we do this together and we travel together and share all our insights, and we'd love also to hear all of yours, it's a step closer to that heart light that's just waiting to glow and shine and absolutely burst forth into the world, and really show the world who truly you are, that beautiful person inside that is starting to come out and shine and glow. It's a wonderful, wonderful journey, and so pleased that you're able to be here to join us. If I could add, if you're not part of our Facebook group, we would love to have you in there and see some of your comments, share some insights with us. We're always there to be able to respond and really love some of the comments that we've seen so far. So please continue the journey. If you haven't seen some of our other podcasts, go back and have a look. We're always here for you to help you out in any way. Thanks so much, Barry. It's been a really valuable podcast today. I've really enjoyed it, and some really valuable information there for everyone.
Thank you, Deb. This is a team effort. This is our way of giving back. This is helping us as much as it's helping other people. And don't forget, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button down below, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Know that you're part of this team going forward. So until our next episode, keep shining, keep being you, keep working on finding your heart light, and don't let anybody take that away from you. So until later, bye for now.
Thanks so much, Barry. Thanks everyone for joining us again, and we look forward to you joining us in our very next episode, episode 8, coming up shortly. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Cheers, everyone. Bye.